If you don't feel that you're the best at what you're doing, don't do it. That's how I see it. If you're going to do something, be the best.
Maybe some of the reasons why you maybe seem to be overlooked. How much of a confidence killer at all is it that it seems like sometimes people aren't giving you your just dues?
I feel like I'm the best, so it really doesn't make a difference to me. I think I think it gets like that. I think when you're competition, it is what it is, isn't it? That's how I see it. It's not great when it starts to get frustrating, but I definitely have something where people, do you know what I mean? Like, I definitely have something people are, I think people might even just be intimidated by the presence, by the artist, the person, who they are, who I am, or who they think I am. But I just say what I need to say. I make music about what I feel like I need to, or whatever it is at the time. I just do me, really. So I think when someone's competition, I think you could kind of do that a little bit, but it's kind of hard to say. But as I said, I'm not a mind reader, and there could be so many things, but I know I'm a good person, and I know that my intentions in the music industry are good, to put females on a platform in a good way, just represent, really. You can't go wrong when you kind of have that mindset. So I think my time will come, and when it does come, I think it's going to be the biggest thing the UK's ever seen.
What did you put? What's the post you put? You put
I'm going to be the biggest UK.
Yeah.
I'm an artist.
Yeah. Bold statement.
Signed and sealed, date on the tweet and everything. I'm going to look back at that tweet one day, laughing with Drake, and hey, remember that tweet? Hey. Yeah, with my whole jigger and the whole, I'll be there. But again, it's all part of the grind, innit? Nothing don't happen before it's time.
You know, that kind of confidence can rub people up the wrong way.
What can I say?
Because in a way, the impression is, you're saying you believe you're going to fulfill your potential, but it's almost you're saying that your potential is more than everyone else. I'm just saying, you know, that's how it can come across.
If you don't feel that you're the best at what you're doing, don't do it. That's how I see it. If you're going to do something, be the best. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to, study, work, whatever, be the best. I don't like when I go into businesses and people half do their job. I like it when people, if it's your service is to serve someone, I think you should do it. You should be happy. You should be that person. Likewise. So if I'm an artist, if I don't believe in my heart that I'm the best at what I do, then it's kind of like, well, I need to find something I feel that I'm the best at, because how are you really going to succeed in terms of being, it depends what kind of, not even fame you want, it depends what you want from life. Do you understand what I mean? Some people are just happy to just work, go home, have some kids, and just live a simple life. My life isn't going to be simple. I'm not a simple person. So I've already established that, do you know what I mean? And it just is what it is. I don't put anyone else down. That's the difference why it shouldn't come across as rubbing up the wrong way or being overly confident. But why should I not rate my thing? If I felt like there was someone better than me, then I'll be like, yeah, that person's better than me.
But you don't feel that, which is, I understand.
I just feel like Trillary's just Trillary, innit? The name, it is what it is. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm better than a lot of guys. Many guys. I don't need to say names. But I know when I hear a tune and I'm like, yeah, shout you out. You're cold. And then I'm like, what can I say? There's a lot of about, but this is it.
Can we talk about the image? How would we describe the... My
image is brazy. It's anything and everything. But carry on, because I want to...
because I saw the video, the snip that was it like your last post.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, as we were saying, like I looked, I was like, I was like, is it ever going too far?
No.
Why not?
Why? Why would it be? In what way? Sexually?
Not even sexually. For me, like, I just want to know how you see it when you're like, is it for impact? Is it for shock? Is it like why?
The last post, my last Instagram post, obviously we're shooting the video, and it should show you that it's going to be a very explicit song.
Correct.
First of all, me and Tim linked up with a Jamaican artist. He has a few songs that are popping or have been during the time. They still go off now in raves. I still hear them, and them tunes were like, ooh, like I wouldn't to play around family members, but I listen to it. I've heard my little sister singing. I'm like, what do you know? So I knew it was gonna be some raunchy shit. So straight away, I kind of go off the vibe like of the song. And it's very sexually explicit. So it's just about loving to have sex, loving sex, having good sex, wild sex. That's what the video is about. That's what the song's about. So the video is, we got a lot going on.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, the truth of the matter is we're all adults.
Of course.
And these things is, when they say art imitates life, do you know what I mean?
It's how we make life. Do you know what I mean? So again, it's very stereotypical to say you shouldn't do that, and as a woman you can't expect people to not look at you this way and X, Y, Z. But why is sex something that's shunned upon unless you're having dead sex? What's the problem? Do you know what I mean? I think obviously women, we're always supposed to kind of do things this way or be a bit more laid back with it. But with me, if I've got a tune and I like it and it's explicit, I'm going to make the video something that I think can get the point across of the point of the song. Because obviously when you do a song and you put out a song, when you start to become an artist that's trying to be in a game, that's, you know, we're all trying to chart, we're all trying to get a big break, we're all trying to do all of this. I think you have to do it properly. And as I said, I don't do half-stepping, half-hearted stuff. So if I'm going to do something, it's going to be how I feel that it needs to be done. And the song's mad explicit. So the last post is just basically, I was like, let me get some girls involved. They're all for all of that. And yeah.
Because you know what I look at it, not how I see it is, there's a fine line between empowerment, which I think a lot of women in that space say is empowering, liberating, a bit of the feminist movement. And then there's the other part, which maybe is like, but as you said kind of before, you kind of feeding into the narrative of being seen as sexual beings, right? And
I think women are.
Huh?
I think we are. Just having a little bit of hips and a bum and walking past someone is going to make someone go like that, even if you're in a shirt and a skirt. Do you understand what I mean? So I don't know.
It's gonna happen regardless.
Are we all sexual? Are we all sexual beings, or like it's kind of difficult. But I don't do things for attention. I don't need attention. I can have my head wrapped like I do a lot of the times, and just I don't need attention. Like I get attention. More so without being half naked, trust me. And people can't violate my thing when they see me on road either. So I don't get that kind of bad attention where I feel like I really need to change my music style because everywhere I go, people come to me and it's kind of like, oi, come here, and man are trying to grips me up and that. No, the respect is so real. Like I actually love London and I love the guys in London from all different boroughs and ends, like so respectful to me. So for me, I embrace who I am, whether I be on a beach, topless, or in a very skimpy bikini walking around. What's the difference at the end of the day? It's not to say that she's saying she's empowering females, but it's all like mad sexual. Like I just feel like I'm ready to touch on certain topics now, and it's just how I like to do it. And it's things I talk about, things some people might like, you know, black and white, straight, that sex there, we do what we do. So that's just what I put across in my stuff, yeah.
I mean, you talked about like men in the industry, but I would presume, these I'm just making presumptions, that a lot of guys in the industry, I remember when you first came out, I was thinking, right, like, who is she? And I'm sure a lot of the men were thinking, right, who is she? And you're around the man them quite a lot. Does it ever get uncomfortable to the point where it's like, brother, it's just a song, it's just a studio session, it ain't?
It has a few times. It has a few times.
And how do you handle that? Because I think maybe for some other women, they may have been in them situations as well, and they probably don't know how best to deal with it.
Lock off all ties. Straight. If a man makes you feel uncomfortable in any way, I think literally when people say your instincts, like sometimes you just, you know, you get little, you just might just, let me just go, or let me just, but you kind of knew all along. Sometimes you kind of, for me, you kind of know all along when people are playing games, or if people have played games a few times in terms of just like not being serious in terms of like work or whatever. I think after it's happened a few times, you kind of just not prepared for it, but you kind of know how it goes and stuff. So I think with me, I'm cool, like I'm cool, but in general, there are a lot of people in the industry who ain't serious. So, but to me,
that's a fact though.
It's cool, like, it's cool. I don't really take it personal, but if there are any women that are made to feel actually uncomfortable, then you just lock, me personally, I'll lock it off, whether it be a producer, artist, manager, whatever. You just lock it off. You don't need them kind of people around you. Especially, it's hard to be a female as it is, just being a female in general. So the people around you definitely have to make you feel comfortable. But the guys, a lot of the guys in the industry, they're full of shit. So for me, it's like, I don't need your feature. I'm very stringent with the people who I work with. But the thing is, I feel like when people meet me, whatever game plan they had, it goes out the window. Because after meeting someone and I'll look in your eyes straight. If I like you, cool. Yeah, I might let you take me out on a, you know, for a 2-burger lobster or whatnot. Do you know what I mean? But if it's not that, don't think you can come with your little jewels and your grills and whatever else and feel that that's gonna, yeah, I'm not impressed by it at all. So that could be the difference between me and other people. Like certain things that artists or producers or people with money or people in the industry use as like flamboyance, I'm not impressed by that at all. But a lot of people in the industry are not serious. So I've been realising that more and more. So that just makes me more determined to just do what I'm doing, you know, not take things too seriously when it's like, raw, trill, let's work, or like, I've got this for you, or I've got that for you, or whatever. Credible artists sometimes as well, more time, but it's not going down like that, not around here. So I've had some experiences, but who knows? I might speak on them a bit more when
you're bigger.
Yeah. All right.
What do we need to be doing more for women? Because I think sometimes when I think about the industry, as a man, I'm not affected by the same thing women are. But what I want to do is understand what we can do that we're not doing already, or what we need to be speaking more about or addressing. Like seriously addressing, not just like, oh, it's a token gesture. What do you think we need to be doing as men to be more supportive to, you know, especially black women in the music industry?
Not comparing them to other women in the States or in other countries. Letting them, empowering them, encouraging them to express themselves freely, because every woman's different. I feel like people often feel like they have to be a certain way or part of a certain culture or certain look or certain image, and it also seems like you have to be and look a certain way in music to be successful as well. So I think if, do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of like, it's very rare that you have a basic girl next door who might not be, you know, super pretty, whatever that is in whoever's eyes, and they might just be, you know, hair tied up, not too much makeup, like just not doing too much, just like, yo, look, I got a talent or whatever. It's my thing. I'm just kind of chilled. I don't really want to do all of that. Like, someone who is like that, who's more talented than the girl who comes, who's the singer, who's ton up, who's going to get the opportunities? Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be the bog standard girl next door who's just like, I don't even really care about all of that. I just know I've got this and this is what I want to give to the world. When my girl comes now with her BBL and she's looking, or do you know what I mean? Who's going to get love? Who's going to be pushed by the scene? It's going to be her, because the image is there, and that's maybe what sells overseas or in the States or whatever. So yeah, I think it's important to give women a platforms to be themselves, and just encourage them to be themselves. Talent is talent regardless. I definitely feel that there should be more interviews with women on major platforms in terms of what we've got in the UK. Also, like reviews. Why aren't no women's music really being reviewed too much? It's always like men. I don't really hear that much reviews from like female artists and rappers and stuff like that. And yeah, I just feel there's a lack of posts, like just even on all our mainstream socials. Like, how often do you see women being empowered, just chilling at home, or just a normal photo where just in a studio session where you're just doing your thing? How much are these platforms are actually pushing that? And if they are, it's ones and twos. It's not really the scene in general. Do you know what I mean? That's based on popularity. So for me, it's just about just putting us out there more, because it's always, oh, look at them two in the studio together. Look at, oh, I wonder if that collab's going to happen, or look at my man's new drip, or but it's never women. It's always men. So that's just a few things I think could be changed in the industry.
Did you talk about mental health at all on one of your? Was it? I don't know if it was.
Possibly.
It would have been a while ago. But when we was outside, you talked about anxiety. Do you suffer from anxiety?
I have.
You have.
It depends. It does depend. Like, that was Carnival. I was like, oh my God, I swear to God, I was walking through too many people, and you think it's done, and you kind of come down a quiet street, boom, again. You're like, yo, and literally you've just got your friend, you're rushing in, and you're just like, right, everyone hold on, and you're just on this, and it's just crazy. So for me, being around so many people, it's like you just feel less powerful. It's like there's just too much people around me. You know, you're one, and there's just like everyone else, and even though everyone else is one as well, it just seems like it's just you against so much people. But in terms of just like, that's carnival anxiety, that's crazy. Especially like yesterday, I feel like there was so much people in Notting Hill that could have been even a record-breaking amount of people. But in terms of just like,
and the heat as well, man.
Oh yeah, it was awful. It was awful. I really had, like, I was like, God, let me just get out of this place, get back to my car safely. That's all I wanted to do during one point, because I was deep in by Rampage, and I know my car was nowhere near me, and I was thinking, I've got to walk through the whole of West London to get back to my whip, through hella people, and be fans and trying to keep up with people we're all going to the same direction, so we're all trying to not get lost, and we're all trying to like follow each other. It was crazy. But in terms of like anxiety, like on a deeper scale, I think it just depends. I think it's kind of seasonal, or like in terms of like mental health, depression, anxiety, it happens at different points in your life depending on what you're going through, or certain things can subject you to have certain mental health. But I kind of think everyone's probably got it or had it at some point.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So I think we're all mental health. We've all got mental health. We've all got health. We all use our mind to think. So it's kind of like just trying to find the balance and stuff like that. But as an artist, I can just imagine it can probably get real crazy.
Are you ready for like mentally ready to really do this music thing at the highest level?
I think that I'm where I am now because something bigger than me is preparing me for what's going to happen, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think I've came this far just to go this far. Definitely not. But I feel that if I would have had a big break years ago, I don't know if it would have lasted. Because I've seen and learned so much stuff in the industry. If I would have blew, or if I would have done a deal when Come Over Me Yard came out and all the labels were sniffing around me, I wouldn't exactly be who I am today, if that makes sense. So I think I'm not trying to wait forever, but I've been gaining a lot of knowledge. Me and Tim collectively have been gaining a lot of knowledge on the industry, how it works, having talks with some labels sometimes, or different producers, different, you know, people just in general, seeing how the fan base works, seeing how the socials work, seeing how everything ties together. So we've definitely been growing, like in terms of management, because we kind of like work with each other just in that way. And I feel like mentally I've been getting ready for what's going to happen, because I don't want it to come and then I'm not ready for it. I have my days where I'm great, certain days I just can't be bothered.
Which is life.
With all of it,
It's life, man.
So it's just one of them ones. But I do definitely think that I know a lot. I'm ready. I'm nearly ready / ready, if that makes sense. So yeah.
What are some of the things that you have learned over the past couple of years about the industry?
It's not about your talent. It's not always about your talent. I've learned it's about who you know a lot of the times as well. So your network is your net worth. Just being able to get onto certain playlists or certain interviews or certain shows, or even backstage in certain places or whatever. A lot of the times it's who you know, and it's not always based upon someone just seeing you and be like, yeah, she's dope, invite her in. It's kind of like people are pulling strings to get you in places and stuff like that. I've learned that I feel that we could maybe have some better A&Rs. Personally, I do think we could have some better A&Rs.
Who actually are A&Ring?
Yeah, that
really
are actually
looking for
thinking of the wider vision of UK music and where they really want to take the UK music, because UK music is UK music. And don't get me wrong, there are different countries and stuff that listen to UK music, but there's being big in the UK and then there's being big on a worldwide scale. And I feel like a lot of the artists who are really big here, they're not known in certain places. That's not necessarily a good or a bad thing, because you have to start from somewhere. But I'm just kind of like, what? Really? Like, really? You ain't heard of that? Saddam? Like, these are crazy big over here. So we still got work to do. So if I'm in the industry and I want to be somewhere where, like, I want to be someone where you can go to 20 out of 50 odd states in America and yeah, Trillary, yeah, we know Trillary. That's the kind of shit I want to be doing. Do you know what I mean? Same when you go to different places in Africa and different places in Australia and Europe, it's like, yeah, I want to be that person who covers a wide region of the world. So I feel like it's not happening now to an extent, but yeah, it could. I don't know whether we just aim here to start off with and then start doing that. If we aim here and after 2-3 songs this artist kind of dies down now, then it's only going to be here. Whereas I think we need to kind of start trying to branch out in that way. But I don't know, they know what they're doing, innit? So we'll see.
I feel it. And what this year, what are we getting this year from you musically?
Well, I did a project in a couple of, about 2 weeks maybe, just under. I did an EP, I wrapped it up, a dancehall thing. I thought, you know what do people like to hear from me? Like, what do people want from Trillary? It's evident the dancehall stuff works. Like, people really fuck with it. They like it. They feel my vibe. I feel like women feel empowered. I feel like women, when my tunes come on, when they sing on to it, I've had too many Snapchats and DMs and messages to say otherwise. Like, this is what people are feeling. So I feel like, you know what? As much as I love rap and I've put out a body of work, which I think is a solid body of work, I really do. Again, I'm not going to talk too much because I might be seen as arrogant, but Vote for Trillary really does speak for itself. I feel that the rap ain't taken seriously from a female. It's not pushed. It's not taken seriously. Man want to hear you talk about X, Y, Z, but there are some females who are pretty, or whatever you want to call them, that are, you know, in the field around certain shit. So why should I, or what, you sound stupid if you're talking about this and that. I'm talking about things that you might not relate to because you're supposed to be a bad man, but you're obviously not that bad because you can't relate to what I'm talking about, and it might come across as why she's talking about that. I'm just talking about what I'm living, what I've seen, what I've experienced. So again, I think it's all going to be just perfect timing where when I drop rap and certain things, I think it's kind of overlooked. Don't get me wrong, certain people who know will be like, Trill, this is what we've been waiting to hear from you. So just to know that 50,000, 60,000, 30,000, whatever views has made impact on certain people, that's good for me to know, because on my Vote for Trillary project, it was to let you lot know, don't get it twisted and think I'm some dancehall artist, because I keep hearing my name mentioned in dancehall. No, I'm a rapper, yeah, I'm a lyricist, street. I grew up on grime, which turned into UK rap. I used to listen to a lot of cheed up music, what I used to feel that I could relate to, and obviously I used to put my life experiences in my bars. Right now we're just going to revert to what works, because sonically it's what we can see is working. But I've just got a lot of stuff that I'm going to be doing, and there's going to be many areas that I'm going to be covering as an artist, because I just feel like I'm versatile like that. And I feel that it shouldn't just be, oh, you blew with that sound, that's the sound. You kind of have to make music with that sound. I think the UK industry is definitely that. Oh, that's her sound, that's his sound. So they expect everything you do to be of that sound. Them same little riffs, them same ad-libs, it's all the same. And everyone's making music that sounds the same. So how is that music, how is the industry supporting artists when all they're making them do is put songs out that sound the same? To me as an artist, after hearing a 1-2 man, even if he comes out not that good, but yeah, the tune bangs, then I'm just like, well, what's going on here? You can't keep doing that. So for me, if I keep making songs that all sound the same, I'm not leading by the example. That, do you know what I mean? I can't lose myself in what's going on. That's one thing me and Tim don't do. We don't try and do things and drop releases just because that's what she's doing or he's doing or that's what the sound is. No. If we want longevity, we've got to put out what we feel in our heart as an artist and a producer collectively is going to be something that can benefit the world and people who are listening to it. So coming up next for me is some dancehall style releases. I think I do have to keep in touch with that side of things, because it obviously works. I'm half Jamaican. I do enjoy it. I do it without ease. Like, I do it with ease, sorry. Like, literally, I can do dancehall rhythms all day. So we've got a couple of stuff like that coming, and then like 1 and 2 other things where we're just trying to make tunes that fit in with what's going on in the industry, but that is still dope and trill and unique in its own way. So we've got some things coming, just trying to get the right support behind it, because again, you could have the best song and it will fall on deaf ears if people ain't fucking with you or they're trying to move you out the way like that. So we're just trying to get better every time.
You know, it's magic. Just before you said the word support, in my head the word was support. And I think, like, do you know what Tim said to me? He said to me, bro, after you speak to Trillary, like, let me know what you think, right? And I think what I've understood is that, I guess what you said about the whole schooling situation, I understand. It's we take people on face value, but we haven't even asked, like, and that's why I think even for me, the interviews, like, it's always a learning experience. Because I know how it was for me when I got suspended at year 7, but at least I got to come back. But I know how it affected me getting suspended, and my mum's looking at me, you're not good for the it impacted me because I wasn't fully formed. So, and to see that you've had to grind and hustle and almost be not shunned, but and then also your features, and it's a lot to carry. And I'm sure there's other things that probably in
of course
at later dates you'll probably reveal.
100%.
I think that's what's important, like, to hear you speak on it, because I want people to, that we're human beings, you know. Yeah, you're 100%. Making music. Yeah, you may put 100%. Out an image, and I mean just in terms of like a picture, but that's not all of who you are. There's different sides to you as a person.
Definitely.
So yeah.
But I feel that the industry that we're in, I don't think that there's necessarily great platforms given to people for them to be them vulnerable self. Who's supporting that? Do you know what I mean? Maybe if like one of the big rappers did it. Oh, have you heard Giggs' new song about mental health? That would be fucking amazing. Do you know what I mean? Or Stormzy or whatever. But in general, if someone was going to do a drill track about putting my brethren in the dirt now, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, when it all went wrong now, like, switch it, we're not chefing, we've been chefed. Do you ever do a song about that? And is that going to be promoted if it's vulnerable now, as opposed to, do you understand what I'm saying? It's not, in my opinion. So I feel that when you do music, like when you have the fans and when you've got the core, you really can start giving people within Vote for Trillary. I tried to do that. So there is, if you have listened to it or listened to it, it takes you on a journey from the intro to No Place Like Home to Killy. Like, it's going, the intro, if you listen to it, it lets you know some stuff. No Place Like Home, that's letting you know some stuff more about the whole time. Killy, that's me spitting, letting you know that song, I've lyrically given you what I think is the best out here, and you lot are sleeping. I'm letting you know. My first bars, I already deeped it. Niggas is sleeping. Do you know what I mean? Straight. I'm letting you know from the get-go. And then we start to go into some other vibes, and then we kind of bring it down and we get into some love stuff. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I wanted to just tick all boxes and let people know a little bit more about what's been going on. The first few videos that I dropped from the project, again, they were like, we did Tasty and then we did the intro and No Place Like Home. Views, did they do much? Nah. But look at the comments. It's all love. Like, they're the most probably purest overall in terms of just feedback. So we know we're doing something right. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's hard. I don't think vulnerable stuff is put out there. I don't think that real life stuff is pushed and promoted anymore. I think we did have one time where it was about that real nigga street rap, you know, like it was pain. We was spitting over all them beats time ago, like let's say 5-6 years ago, when you had your Joe Blacks, Benny Banks, you had your Margs, you had the certain man from South was doing their thing, you had Tef, you had Blake, you know, like certain man was really doing it. I had Michael Million hosting certain things, you know, that era where it was like, raw, we're going to give them that real stuff, do you understand? And then you had the ICT guy, they were doing all that real nigga rap stuff, and do you know what I mean? And even way before stuff like that, we had that era, but that's kind of phased out. Now we're on this American stuff, drip drip. It's not really about substance. And I do see certain people who I even follow, and all they put out is freestyles of positive music, touching on mental health and everything in between. Do you know what I mean? So what that's gonna do, that keeps our mental health here, that keeps the ego here, and we're just doing what we need to do to get to the bag, because we ain't getting to the bag by telling our real truth in some ways. But I just think that's how it is, like being black anyway. Like, you just got to be strong in it. People ain't really bothered about our struggle. We've been going through it.
It's a fact, man. Do you know what? Next time I sit down with you, I need to have Tim. Yeah. Because I think the
He'll be like, sometimes I'm like, Trillary, you just need to do this. She's so hard to work with. She's a Taurus like my brother. You don't get it, and I'm like, I do too. But sometimes I just feel like, you know, you just feel like, you know, like, trust me on this one as well, Tim. But yeah, nah, Tim's cool. Like, he's proper cool. Like, he's proper like one of my fucking best friends. I'd say I talk to him more than my mum.
Yeah, and he believes in you,
literally,
man.
yeah.
He believes in you.
And I believe in him as well. Like, I've tweeted it. 40 and Drake, that's me and Tim. I ain't taking back nothing that I say, trust me. If no one don't believe in what we're doing, we have to believe in it. But we are a dangerous duo. They know this. Everyone knows this. If you know, if you've deeped it, you know this. And we're just getting started. Like, it's only gonna... So I think wherever I am in my career, it'll always be about, don't matter what big producer I'm working with or whatever in years to come, like, I'm always going to make sure that Tim's straight.
Facts. Actually, we're going to leave it there, man. But thank you for your time.
It's all good.
Sorry about the traffic in the ends. It's mad.
Wow, that's here, London for you. I'm going to have to get used to that, but hopefully we've got a chauffeur service soon, you know, you don't know.
Alright, Trillary, thank you very much.
Yeah, man, bless.